The most common thing I hear from Nigerians who want to import from Copart is this. I tried to register, but it kept asking for a business license and an EIN number. I don't have a dealer license. I don't have anyone in America. I think you need to be in the US to use Copart. None of that is true. I registered from my phone in Abuja on a Tuesday afternoon. By Thursday, I'd won my first car. Let me show you exactly how. First, understand what Copart actually is. Copart is a publicly traded American company that is listed on NASDAQ. They run salvage and used car auctions across the United States, Canada, the UK, and other countries. Insurance companies, banks, and fleet owners use Copart to sell cars they no longer want. Anyone in the world can access most of their inventory. The confusion about licenses comes from one thing. Some cars on Copart are listed as dealer only. These require a US dealer license to bid on. But the majority of Copart inventory, especially the cars that make sense for Nigerian importers, is open to registered members. When you go to register on Copart, you'll hit a page that asks for business credentials. Most Nigerians stop here. They assume they need a US business, a US address, or a US license. They close the tab. They go back to paying dealers 18 million naira. Here's what they missed. On that same registration page, there's a checkbox. It changes your account type from dealer to public member. Click it, and the entire process changes. No license needed, no US address needed, no American Connect needed. That checkbox is on page 11 of Module 2 in the guide. If you miss it, Copart will reject your account, and you'll waste 2 weeks reapplying. If you click it, you're browsing cars the same day. Now, once you're registered, how do you actually pay for a car from Nigeria? This is the second place people get stuck. Copart accepts wire transfers and credit card payments. From Nigeria, the most common method is international wire transfer through your bank or through a domiciliary account. Some people use dollar cards. Zenith, GTB, and other banks issue these. Some people use third-party payment platforms. The guide covers all of this, for which method is safest, which has the lowest fees, which is fastest, and what to do if your payment gets flagged. At no point do you hand money to a random person. Every payment goes directly to Copart's official portal. You get a receipt, you get a dashboard, you can track everything. The third question is about shipping. If I win a car, how does it get from America to Lagos? There are two main options. RoRo, roll on, roll off. The car is driven onto a cargo ship, cheaper. Usually $1,000 to $1,600 in shipping cost per car to Lagos. The risk is that your car is exposed on the deck, parts can go missing, weather can cause damage. Container shipping. Your car is loaded into a container, usually shared with one or two other cars, to split the cost. Safer, more reliable, slightly more expensive, $1,400 to $2,200 per car, depending on the arrangement. For most Nigerian importers, container shipping through a consolidator, someone who fills containers with multiple cars, is the better choice. The guide has a short list of shipping companies that Nigerian importers in my network have used successfully and recently. I don't name them here because shipping company reliability changes. A company that was solid in 2022 might be terrible now. The list in the guide is current. Now let me talk about the part that makes most people nervous. Nigerian customs. People hear customs and they imagine something chaotic and unpredictable and expensive. It's actually predictable if you know how it works. Nigeria charges import duty on vehicles. The duty is calculated on the customs assessed value of the car, not what you paid for it. This is where a lot of people get caught. You bought the car for $3,800 on Copart. Customs assesses it at $10,000 based on their benchmark values. Your duty, levy, and VAT are calculated on their number, not yours. The result, a duty bill that's much larger than you expected. This is not corruption. This is policy, and it's manageable if you know it's coming and you've calculated it into your budget before you bid. The landed cost calculator in the guide accounts for this. You plug in the car year, model, and engine size. It estimates the customs assessment range and shows you your real total cost before you place a single bid. No surprises at the port. Let me give you a real timeline so you know what to expect. Week 1, you win the auction and pay. Weeks 2 to 4, the car is in transit from the US. Weeks 5 to 7, the car arrives at Lagos Port. Clearing begins. Week 8 plus, repairs, registration, keys in your hand. 6 to 10 weeks start to finish. If you need a car in 2 weeks, buy from a dealer. If you can wait 8 weeks and you want to keep 5 to 6 million naira in your account instead of giving it to a middleman, this is for you. One more thing before I tell you about the system. If you don't have 10 to 15 million naira to import a car for yourself right now, this still applies to you. Jocelyn is a teacher in Enugu. She bought the guide in August last year. She had 340,000 naira in her account. She had never imported a car before. Her uncle wanted a Highlander. Dealers were pricing it at 21 million naira. She said, "Give me 14 million naira and 8 weeks. I'll get you the same car." He agreed. She followed the system step by step. Total landed cost, 13.7 million. Her uncle saved 7.3 million. She charged him 700,000 naira for her service. She's done 2 more imports since then. She didn't get smarter between August and now. She just followed the system. The DIY Import Bible teaches you the complete process, Copart registration, the right way, with a checkbox that 99% of Nigerians miss. How to pay from Nigeria without sending money to anyone you don't know. How to evaluate a car's damage before you bid. How to calculate your maximum bid so you never overpay. How to ship, clear, and collect. And how to turn that knowledge into 500,000 to 1 million naira per deal if you don't have import capital of your own. 35,000 naira. One time. Instant access. Everything is digital. The private Telegram group where I answer questions within 2 to 6 hours. The black book with tested clearing agent contacts, and the agent script that exposes inflated quotes in 5 minutes. The landed cost calculator, the checklist pack, 40 plus steps from Copart to your driveway so you don't miss anything expensive, and the Copy This Deal starter pack, one ready-made Copart deal every month with my recommended max bid, full cost breakdown, and damage assessment. You just follow the blueprint. The link is in the description. After 500 buyers, the price goes from 35,000 to 75,000 naira. If the button still says 35,000 naira, you're early.